Hello. Happy Sunday. I hope you guys have had a nice week. To those of you who are new here, welcome. My name is Olivia. I guess I make social commentary videos about being a modern woman living in an apartment. I guess that's my thing. This really started as a hobby. I needed to talk to someone who was not my therapist and who wasn't a part of my close friend circle because I felt like I was weighing down my close friends with my problems. And I got tired of just having the same old conversations about shit that I saw with the same group of people and feeling like these people are going to get tired of me whining and complaining about shit that they don't care about. But I knew that there were some people who did care about the shit that I cared about. So I just kept talking about it. And it's just kind of funny because I feel like those of you have stuck around and the videos that do the best on this channel that end up getting 300 and 400 views are always the ones about some topic around feminism, around black feminism in the real world, like applied black feminism. So I guess that's where we are. It's not necessarily like a wine and chill by choice, but I guess it is. I don't know. Okay. We have blueberry wine. I just went to Walmart. Laugh at me. It's super cheap, not very good, but whatever. Okay. Um, I want to talk about Tia Mari, um, Gisele Bunchen, and Emily Ratajkowski. Now, here's one thing that happened this week. I think it was today. So Candace Owens goes on the Whatever podcast and is basically talking to OnlyFans girls. I think that everyone should watch that conversation because I feel like it actually covers both sides of the extreme that we don't usually get to hear from very often. And I feel like both parties were able to like explain their points of view. And so I don't know who you agree with. I'm not advocating for you to agree with either party. I personally don't fully agree with either party. Like I don't agree fully with Candace Owens. I also don't fully agree with the with the OnlyFans girls. My point here is like I wish that we lived in a world where like sex work was like safe for women, but I don't even know how the concepts would like come to be. I guess for myself, I'm struggling with the idea or the concept that like you can humanize sex work in this society but still live in this society. And it's a very difficult like mental space that just fucks with me all the time. So I don't know. It's something that I continuously battle with. But a bigger point here is like OnlyFans girls and Candace Owens made this point. She said, I feel like I fucked Emily Ratajkowski because I've seen her naked so much on Instagram. Now, modeling is a real career path, and there are so many people who have dehumanized models for so long where they've just called them like bodies and sticks and like nothing, like soulless, pretty people. That has been the narrative for so long, for so long. I feel like we're just getting to a place where like models have ambition and they have like hobbies and careers and education and they have like ambitions for stuff and they're like pretty people of society. That's very new. All the documentaries about the supermodels are like helping with this because there are people who have been models, supermodels or whatever who are doing other things. I feel like Emily Ratajkowski having a podcast talking about ideas, talking about society, talking about relationships, it's all very helpful in terms of that narrative to push it forward and to humanize models, which I think is a very good thing. Like pretty people are not just bodies or nothings. And so I feel like Candace Owens is basically trying to like demonize modeling as a career, which I don't agree with. I also don't think that modeling is sex work. And like I've said for a very long time, Instagram models are not models. There's something else. You can call them influencers, the OnlyFans girls, you can call them sex workers. that's very like modeling in what we like traditionally know it as, okay, is like women, men having agents and like literally modeling clothes. So that's why I like fashion week. For models, fashion week is very important because like you work all year for that. Like in the same way that like NBA players work toward the basketball game, like I don't think that basketball is important in the same way that some basketball players might not think that fashion week is important. Or how like, you know, you could say like nobody cares about what ballerinas do in the off season, but like ballerinas might care quite a lot about Swan Lake. Like whatever your career path is, like I'm just saying it's very strange for people to like demonize. Like Drake has that entire song where he's all like, nobody cares about fashion week. No, sir. Ugly people don't care about fashion week, and people who are not into fashion don't care about fashion week. But fashion people and models do care about Fashion Week, and we will continue to care about Fashion Week. And like, you can't tell us otherwise. Fashion Week is important because we care about fashion. Okay, like that's the thing. So anyway, that was very strange. But let's keep going. So why is Tia Mowry on every podcast right now? Like, someone explain this to me. Like, she's just a divorced woman. Maybe it's because she's a divorced black woman, but I think it's a little bit more than that. What I think it is that like Tia Mowry is a politically correct, socially acceptable, pretty enough black woman who is like supposed to embody this like black excellence myth. Like she's supposed to be like it would be like if LeBron James's wife, if they got divorced, it would almost, because we don't have any examples. And I keep saying this, like the black replacement rate is on the low. Like there's just not that many black people being born. There's not that many black people in the society in general. And the number is probably going to half, right, in the next 10 years. And it's really sad. It's really sad. But you know, there's nothing you can do about it because like the damage has been done. There's so many reasons. Like I feel like America in general has taken like a literal like a magnifying glass and been like, let me explain to you all the shit that's wrong with the black family, which has just been outcast now, or outsourced I should say, to kind of America in general. And it's explaining why American families are falling apart, and they are. Traditional American families are falling apart for a lot of reasons, but you can't only blame it on women, and you can't only like throw the stick at black women and say like we are the problem, which I feel like so many people, it's very strange. People are making these videos where they're like, Tia Mowry, she's down bad after the divorce. No, Tia Mowry is going through a normal state of like probably like longing and you know, sadness. She was with that person for a very long time. I don't think she took their relationship lightly. So for that relationship, that very meaningful relationship in her life to end is very difficult. And she was talking about how the dating scene is trash. Yes, the dating scene is trash. And it shouldn't be like that. There's a lot of single people here in America. Okay, there's no real reason besides that society is actually trash right now. Why Tia couldn't just find another mate? Like technically, there's enough single people where she should be able to find a mate. And the reality is, like a lot of guys out here are trash. They are. And so I feel like I saw another podcast or something with Chris Evanson. I'll put that in the description box, where he was talking about why men and women have quit the dating scene. It's kind of both. And I think it's really important for people in the moderate part of the spectrum to just hear both sides. It isn't just one party and it isn't just the other. Quite a lot of people have just been like, fuck this, I give up. Like it's wild out here for everybody. For everybody. Not the point though. Where was I going with this? Oh, and let's talk about Gisele Bundchen. I feel like so many people, they like, okay, so what is an NFL player, the football player, without the girlfriend? He's a nothing. Let's be clear. All the basketball players are trying to date Kendall Jenner, not just because she's pretty, because there's a lot of pretty girls. They could just get a pretty girl. Like there's a lot of pretty girls. They want Kendall Jenner because she's like the supermodel of the moment. She's one of the supermodels of the moment. In the same way that, like, I don't know if this is true because I don't feel like I stalk Drake's Instagram enough, but I think he just posted a video of Iman Hammond, who was on the Drake and Iman Hammond, who's a very popular supermodel at the moment, are a real item. I don't know if they're still on or off, but I think some of the references he's been using in his songs are toward her, like the stouts and how she's like. I feel like a lot of that shit is about her. Like, to the people in fashion, I feel like we get it. To other people, I feel like they might not understand that he's talking about her. Like, whatever, you feel how you feel. But when I saw all of those pictures and videos of him coming out of her apartment building, I was like, oh shit, that's incredible, and it makes sense. The duty dudes that you guys all like, they all like supermodels, and that's just the thing. They can post as many like naked photos online as they want, and the guys are still, if they don't have their supermodel, who do they have? They have no one, because the supermodels are the most beautiful. That's just how it goes. And so all these men are trying to get online being like, oh, Giselle's a nothing. She's struggling now. She's a wine mom. She's a blah, blah, blah. They're trying to like degrade her in some way. No, she just got divorced. She got divorced, and now she's happier single. That's how it is. She wanted Tom Brady to devote more time to his family. He wanted to devote more time to his career. That's how it went. It didn't work out for them. That's okay. Like, you don't have to like demonize her for getting a divorce. Like, it's so strange. Everyone's trying to demonize everyone for getting divorced. Sometimes the person that you married is not your person. It's okay to throw in the towel and be like, you know what? We'd be better alone. Sometimes it's okay to be alone. Not even sometimes. It's okay to be single. Being single is an okay state of being. Everyone doesn't have to stick it out in shitty marriages. Also, there's just not enough decent partners for all of us, okay? Like, everyone doesn't want to deal with like broke down Bobby who can't pay the light bill. Fuck him. He should solve his own social problems. Like, all of us don't need to deal with it. Like, don't burden us all with the bullshit of Bobby who can't pay the fucking light bill. That's kind of all I had to say. Maybe I'll like rant after I charge and then kind of talk about some other shit, but those were the main points.